أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Zaid Ali Al-Sagaf and welcome to the Habib AI series. This is episode 5. Today we're going to talk about PowerPoint. Now I've noticed that there's a lot of noise about PowerPoint is dead or RIP, rest in peace PowerPoint and so on. I would like to remind everyone that this idea of RIP PowerPoint first appeared already in 2014, which is more than a decade ago. And there was something called Death to PowerPoint, which also appeared in 2001. So there's nothing new that people want to kill off PowerPoint. My point today is that maybe we should not be ready for killing off PowerPoint just yet, and I will share why that is so, and we can make the clown happy again. Okay, to find out whether PowerPoint can survive or not, we have identified some of the main tools that PowerPoint have to compete against, and here they are. There are 5 other ones that I've identified. Google Slides, which has been a competitor a long time. Canva, which is probably the most popular tool now and most people use in terms of designing everything from posters to presentations. And then the new ones, the AI empowered tools like Gamma, Tome and Beautiful AI. So let's see how they do against PowerPoint. How can we do that? Okay. But before we go into comparing PowerPoint with other tools, we have to keep in mind something very important. That PowerPoint or Microsoft Office is by who? It's by Microsoft. Now, what do big companies do if they feel threatened? Just example, Facebook, what do? They bought WhatsApp, they bought Instagram. What did Google do in Google Maps when they were threatened by Waze? They just bought over. So the idea that PowerPoint will just be rest in peace or die is, to me, very unlikely unless Microsoft decides to get rid of it and say, I got a new tool. So I think most likely what will happen if it's really threatened by some of the tools like Gamma, for example, PowerPoint or Microsoft will make a decision, let's go after and maybe just buy it and integrate it into PowerPoint and become part of PowerPoint, or you can run separately and be integrated to PowerPoint. So the first thing that comes to mind, I don't think there's any chance in the near future PowerPoint will just die, because Microsoft will probably make a decision, why let's try to buy this tool or take over it in a nice way or in a hostile way. Now let's assume that Microsoft decides not to buy any of them. Let's see how they do against each other. Now I am basically an active PowerPoint user in the past. I've been using it for more than 20 years. I've trained people to use it. So I will not be a good measure because I will be biased towards PowerPoint. So what I've done is I have gone to the famous AI tools like DeepSeek, ChatGPT and Gemini and asked them how to rate these tools and what's best from each different features and so on. So let's look at them from each, because I've chosen 3 because if I use ChatGPT, you say, why use ChatGPT? It's no good tool. You should use Gemini or you can use DeepSeek. So I've decided to use all 3, and let's go quickly to each 3 and see how these tools come up against each other based on AI's own research. Okay, let's use DeepSeek first to find out which one of these tools is the best, or what are the best in terms of the various features. Okay, now we're in DeepSeek. Let's find out which one is the best of the best. Okay, the GOAT of presentation tools. Okay, so what I did here, here's my prompt. I basically said comparison reports and identify the 6 tools here and measure them in important categories. I didn't specify the categories. I let the AI figure that out, because sometimes you always mess up, you forget categories and so on. Okay. Now we're in DeepSeek. Let's see what my prompt was. I used the same prompt basically for all the 3 AI tools. So here is basically my prompt. I'm basically asking for a comparison report, and then PowerPoint, Gamma, and the 6 tools that we mentioned, and measure them on important categories, put in the table, rank them based on the best of each category, overall winner is, and include when to use what, and have 2 competitions. Because this is very important to understand that it's not just presentation tool, but also best e-learning tool. Because I think people don't realize, which I'll get to, is that it's not just creating a presentation, that you can create a presentation like what I'm doing now, and that's more like an e-learning presentation. So both, I want them to compare best presentation tool and best e-learning tool, 2 categories basically. So let's see what DeepSeek found, and here's what the thinking process when it designed. Now basically it ranked based on different categories. So the first competition was best presentation tool. So different categories, for example, ease of use, Canva is number one. This is the problem with PowerPoint, for example. It's ranked, I think it's nearly last, is because it's not that easy to use. And one of the reasons it's not easy to use because it has a lot of features, but that's something you have to design better. I think that's a weakness of PowerPoint. It requires a quite steep learning curve. Okay, design flexibility, PowerPoint is number one and Canva is number two based on this DeepSeek. Collaboration tool, of course, Google Slides is the best, but still PowerPoint is there and Canva is there. Template quality, Canva beats them all. PowerPoint is number three. In terms of interactivity, again, PowerPoint is number one if you want to do quizzes and so on, but engagement and so on. But here we're talking about presentation tools, okay? Cost, okay, let's forget about this. Okay, so that was in terms of presentation. The overall winner, according to DeepSeek, in terms of presentation tool, Canva, hands down. I would agree with that in terms of design, quality, and so on. Okay, so in terms of best e-learning tool, overall winner, or let's go based on interactivity, PowerPoint number one. Multimedia support, PowerPoint number one. Assessment tools, Google Slides better in terms of quizzes and so on. PowerPoint is number two, and others don't even have this feature. Good quizzes and assessment tools. Collaboration, again, Google Slides is very powerful. That's why a lot of teachers like it, because you can use it to collaborate to create content and presentations together. PowerPoint has that feature, but not so good. But number one is collaboration. Accessibility, Google Sites, okay, and then LMS integration. You can see all the tools don't even have, again, PowerPoint and Google Slides. Overall win and best presentation e-learn tool goes to, according to DeepSeek, is actually Google Slides. So why? Because it has strong collaboration, LMS integration, and seamless form integration. But if you ask me in terms of e-learning, if you take away the collaboration, PowerPoint outscores Google Slides on nearly everything. But because of the collaboration, Google Slides is the winner according to DeepSeek, okay? So what I like was it when to use what. PowerPoint is recommended to use for more advanced presentations and animations and so on. If you want to do more, because it has much more features. Now, when to use Gamma is quick. When you want to develop quick content, AI-generated content, quick prototypes and narrative-driven storylines. Beautiful AI, automated design, consistent for sales pitches and investor decks. Google Slides again for collaboration projects, education and budget-friendly work. Okay, Canva again is very powerful for marketing. That's what a lot of marketers use it. Social media and design first presentation with minimal effort. Okay, final recommendations is Canva for most users in terms of presentation tool, PowerPoint for advanced needs. If you have advanced needs, PowerPoint is the best. Okay, best e-learning tool, Google Slides is for educators, yes. But if you want to develop core content for LMS with SCORM compliance, you don't need to know what it is, but anyway, for e-learning content, then PowerPoint is the best. Okay, so that is basically what DeepSeek found based on the research. Now that's DeepSeek. Let's look at another one, Gemini. Okay, now let's look at what Gemini has to say about this. Okay, this is Gemini's interface basically on the computer. So what I did is I basically did a deep research. It has the deep research which I compiled, and it produced an interesting report, a few thousand words, and it referenced, it accessed thousands and thousands of resources to get this report. We're not going to go through the full report, but I can say one thing is the deep research feature in Gemini, which is free, is not much worse. It's like maybe even better than the one in ChatGPT, which you have to pay for. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's see. So here's the summary of the report. Here's actually, if you open it, you can see the full document. We're not going to do that. So let's look at the summary. Okay, the overall winner, best presentation tool is Google Slides. Okay, because it has strong balance of user friendliness, collaboration again, the power and flexibility. So that's the best presentation one. The winner of the best e-learning tool overall is PowerPoint, which comprehensive features of multimedia, interactivity, and LMS or learning management system integration. Now let's look at based on category. Now, in terms of ease of use, it's actually Gamma according to this research done by Gemini. In terms of flexibility, PowerPoint again becomes then Canva is number two. I would say probably Canva is more powerful in terms of flexibility, but this is what Gemini came out. Available templates, well, PowerPoint in ahead of Canva because it has like 40,000 plus templates, but I would say Canva has probably nicer designs on the templates, so I think Canva should win this one if you ask me. In terms of collaboration, ways down, Google Slides is the best, PowerPoint is number two, and Canva is number three. You notice that all these AI powerful tools here, they produce content very fast, but they lack so many other things. Offline access is very important, so if you want to use the tool offline, PowerPoint is number one, Google Slides number two. Now in terms of interactivity options again, we have Google Slides is number 1, and Canva is number 2, and PowerPoint is number 3. Data visualization feature is very important to make all you can do is all slides visualization. PowerPoint again is ranked number 1, Google Slides number 2, and Beautiful AI number 3. Integration with other platforms, Google Slides is very powerful. Canva is number 2 in Gamma, and PowerPoint is not even in that because it's not so good in integrating with other platforms. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Anyway, embed videos, Google Slides number 1 and PowerPoint number 2. Adding voiceovers, PowerPoint is number 1, like I'm doing now. In this presentation, I'm actually using PowerPoint, by the way. It's very easy to add audio voiceovers. And then creating interactive exercises, Google Slides is ranked number 1 and PowerPoint number 2 and Canva is number 3. Tracking progress in e-learning, Beautiful AI is number 1 in Gamma, surprisingly. And then integration with learning management systems, the students' systems or the course systems and so on. Canva is number 1 according to Gemini, Google Slides, and then PowerPoint. So when to use what, which is very important according to Gemini. PowerPoint is good for complex presentation, offline work, Microsoft ecosystem, and comprehensive e-learning. So then again, PowerPoint again has more advanced features and you can do more complex presentations. Gamma is for rapid prototyping, visually appealing content, and modern web formats. Now, I want you to keep in mind that all these AI that generates very fast tool that like, oh, I can do a presentation in 30 seconds, yeah, which is fine. This is very powerful and nobody's using it. But when a lot of people start using these kind of tools, it becomes like, oh my God, is he doing Gamma? You look at somebody's presentation. So when few people do it, it's very powerful. When a lot of people do it, it's like, oh, not again, not another Gamma presentation. So this is the thing with rapid, at the end of the day, after a while, then you have to customize it, or you don't want to make it look so Gamma stylish, then you have to keep on doing it. You're just wasting time to change it to make it not look so Gamma. So that's keeping that in mind when you use rapid tools, and actually the same to PowerPoint. Okay, Tome and Beautiful AI. Okay, so this, forget about this. Let's look at Google Slides again for collaboration, ease in presentation, and Google Workspace uses. Canva Magic Design, visually engaging content, social media marketing, and built-in interactive. So again, you can see that the 3 most powerful tools, although you can use for different, it happens to be PowerPoint, Google Slides, and Canva. And if you ask me just to do a quick presentation, maybe Gamma is the right tool for you. So this is basic what I found in Gemini. Okay, now let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, let's look what ChatGPT says about these tools. Okay, now we're in ChatGPT, and what I did a deep research, about 5,000 word report, but this is just a summary because you don't want to spend hours on looking at this. But overall, this is the summary. So based on, again, best presentation tool and best e-learning content creation tool. So based on the table, let's look at some of the features. Ease of use. There's PowerPoint, got 3 stars, and Gamma. Okay, but overall, PowerPoint is not that easy to use, and that's why new people coming in, they'll rather go to Canva and so on, because it's much faster to learn. Another thing which is you can see PowerPoint is lacking is design automation. To develop something quickly, PowerPoint is not probably the best tool at this moment, but I think it's already integrating also AI features, and that's the next one. Again, you can see PowerPoint and Google Slides are a bit, but they're old boys. The old boys, they have not integrated enough AI tools in it. Although they have some AI tools in it, like suggesting design when you add 3, 4 images to a slide and so on. I think this is where it's still lacking, but the thing is that they have already Copilot and so on. So I think those features will eventually come in. I don't think that's going to be a big problem, but I would say Gamma and probably all the other tools are ahead there. Professional templates, again, PowerPoint is okay, but again, you can see the other Canva and Gamma is better. Offline access, again, PowerPoint is number 1, easy. If you want to access offline, you can see Gamma, Tome, and Beautiful AI. It's what it says here, you can access offline. And Google Slides is not so powerful offline, and Canva is not so powerful offline. Animation transitions, again, PowerPoint is just way better than other ones. In terms of collaboration, again, I would say easily that Google Slides is the best one there. In terms of e-learning interactivity, again, PowerPoint and Canva seems to be most powerful. In terms of learning curve, which we talked about, right? Learning curve, how fast it takes to learn. This is where PowerPoint is dead last. And one of the reasons it has a lot of features. But then again, last time with the Apple and Keynote, you will see PowerPoint takes more time to learn, basically. That's one of the weaknesses. They need to improve that. I think they can improve a lot there. Expo integration options, PowerPoint is high. Brand control. Okay, let's forget about price, forget about this, okay? Okay, so the overall winner, base presentation tool. Actually, interesting, they chose PowerPoint. ChatGPT chose PowerPoint, which is unexpected. I would have expected Canva. Best e-learning tool, this is where I would expect either Google Slides or PowerPoint. Weird enough, ChatGPT suggested Canva. Okay, so when to use what? PowerPoint is good for traditional offline professional presentation with advanced control features. Gamma is very good for rapid, clean storytelling and AI suggested in business context. So if you want to develop presentation nicely, beautifully, and quickly, Gamma is the tool to go for. But if you're giving a keynote, you can use Gamma, but you need to make it not look so Gamma-ish. Okay, and then the other ones, okay, Tome AI, okay, Beautiful AI. Let's go to the main ones. Google Slides, basic online presentations with live collaboration. Again, anything with collaboration, Google Slides is the tool for you, especially if you're using Google tools. And Canva Magic, of course, visually heavy learning, infographics, social media, posters, and so on. Canva is the king. Okay, so that's basically what ChatGPT, in a nutshell, we got out of ChatGPT. Now, based on the research I've done, I did actually prepare this report previously, I think a few weeks back actually, Canva versus PowerPoint versus Google Slides. And based on my research today, these are the three tools that you are really stuck with, maybe Gamma, but these are the three tools that are powerhouses. And I did a report, and based on the report, PowerPoint actually overall is the champion. But then again, in what? For what? So if you ask me, if you're doing different aspects, like for example here, okay, it's good for e-learning, is in terms of amount of features, it's great for professionals. But then again, Canva wins for ease of use and designs. If you're looking for quick learning curve, you want to use a tool that has a lot of powerful features, and that's probably why Canva is probably the fastest growing of these tools, of all of them, is because it's very easy to use and has beautiful designs. Okay, perfect for beginners and when you need beautiful slides fast. Okay, Google Slides wins if you want to do collaboration, real-time collaboration, accessibility, ideal for teams and education setting using Google Workspace. Now you can download a report here, or you can scan this one here, or just copy this link and you can access this report. This is also generated. This is actually generated by ChatGPT, and it's a very nice, quick report when you want to figure out which one to use. Now, of course, you can use the other three tools mentioned, but these are the powerhouses at this stage or this time. Okay, but so what? Okay, they will compare the features. What's so special about PowerPoint? And why is the clown still sad? Okay, so I'm going to show you now some of the features that I use and I think is very powerful in PowerPoint, and other tools might not have, or if they have it, they don't have it in that powerness. In other words, PowerPoint is really powerful when you take away the point. When you take away the point, it's got power. Okay, now we're in the PowerPoint interface itself. This is the latest version of PowerPoint. And did you know that PowerPoint was actually launched in 1987 and today is about 38 years old and is going 40 and it's still alive and people are killing it off again and again. So here are some of the beautiful features. Now, the reason why I haven't gone to Canva, which I should have, but I don't like to use templates. I like to start with a blank screen because that's the most powerful template ever, is the blank canvas, because that allows you to design. But I don't recommend that for all people. I like to start with a blank canvas and come up with something new every time I do it. Now let's look at some of the features here. You can see here, you can do screenshot. You want to do a quick screenshot. You want to add pictures. Okay, this is basic things. Okay, shapes. This is really powerful. You can manipulate shapes and create shapes, and this is where you design. Very powerful to design your own templates. You have icons, 3D models, smart art, chart, and so on. And these are some of the features. But what I like about it, which I'm using here, which is this screen recording feature. So I can actually, in PowerPoint, I have just to record what's happening on the screen, which is really powerful. Of course, you have external tools, but it's nice. PowerPoint is like this Swiss Army knife. Everything is there. So you can do quick content, video content, and so on. And you have drawing tools. If you wanted to draw something, you have it here. You want to draw and so on, you have it here. Okay. So if you have what do you call it, digital pen and so on, you can use it in PowerPoint and explain things. And let's just undo that. And then you have, of course, different templates we talk about, but of course, it's nothing close to Canva. Then you have the transitions, right? All the fun transitions on, and you can do the origami and have all these funny things, but you don't need to use that. And this is very powerful if you're actually creating. Let me just put a picture here. You have all these animations. Now this is very powerful. Okay, this is just a picture, but this is very powerful for teachers when they want to create animations showing different aspects in the teaching, what they're teaching, whether it's science or biology and so on. They can create their own animations with different what do you call it, entrances and exits and emphasis and so on. And then of course you have the slideshow. Then you have the recording features. You can do the recordings and so on. And this is what I'm actually doing a recording, and you have these beautiful recording features. And then you have when I click on the picture, I can actually, in the picture, I can start removing the background. I have all these different color schemes, artifacts, can transform. Look at this, just transfer pictures to something wacky. You know, all these amazing things. You can compress the picture, change the picture, reset the picture. Then you have all these different designs, the templates. There's so many things you can do in PowerPoint that not many people actually use. And they use mostly just the basic features. And then I can do the recording. I can do the recording, and so I'm not going to do that now, but I can record. I can have a highlighter. I can have a pointer. I can have a talking head even if I want. So these are just some of the things you can do in PowerPoint that makes it so powerful still until today. And it's not just about the slides, it's all those things you can do. And these are some, I just want to get a bit of taste of it. This is like 10%, but these are some of the juicy stuff that you can do in PowerPoint. Okay, I forgot actually to show you one of the AI features in PowerPoint already there. So when I put a picture there, the AI tool, see it, automatically starts suggesting. I put another picture, it will start suggesting how to present these pictures. You can see on the right side here, you can see it suggested how to, this is one of the AI features automatically. So I put another image here, that's just putting the same one. It will start suggesting how to display this image to save us time. So you can see here, so this gives us examples. And if you're not happy with it, you can even see more design ideas. So this is one of the AI features now already in PowerPoint, which I forgot to mention just now. Okay, going back to why do I believe that PowerPoint will still be around for the next few years? Or why it still rocks. So these are the reasons. And now the clown is happy again. He realized that PowerPoint is not going to die yet. There's no rest in peace yet. There's no death by PowerPoint yet. So why? Number one is because it's owned by Microsoft. It's like now it's like the second biggest company in the world. It's worth 2.8 trillion. Anytime it has a threat, it can just buy up any products. It's not going to allow any other tool to kill itself without challenging it in one way or the other. Number two is, it's also, besides just presentations, like it's a super powerful e-learning suite that has like a Swiss Army knife to do e-learning content with interactivity and so on. And number three, it has again so many tools that I've shown you some of the tools. I hope you understand that PowerPoint is not just quick development. It's not, actually not quick development of slides, but it's not just coming out with slides. There's so many more things you can do. Like what I'm even doing now is doing a presentation with audio and making it available to you in a decent way. So these are just things that you can do in PowerPoint. That is why I think PowerPoint will still be around. Number one, of course, is Microsoft. It's too powerful to let it go unless it wants to let it go. Number two, it's not just a presentation, it's a powerful editor. Number three, it has so many beautiful features and tools that most of the other tools do not have. And that's why I think PowerPoint will still be around for the next few years. Okay, let's stop there. Alhamdulillah, this is what I wanted to share. My name is Zaid Ali Al-Sagaf, and now I'm getting more and more known as Habib AI. You can contact me here. My contact details are here. If you want to call my email, LinkedIn, or WhatsApp is there. And with that, I would like to say I'm sorry if I did any mistakes, or I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way. And inshallah, you have success with either tool you use. It's up to you which tool you want to use. But I can just tell you one thing: I don't think PowerPoint is ready to die. And probably more young people using Canva, fine. But PowerPoint here is here to stay for now, and even do well in many aspects. And with that, I would like to say, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.